Chet, how much of tonight do you maybe set aside in terms of shot making on both ends versus some controllable stuff for you all as you kind of try to digest this one?
You don't want to leave it up to shot making because you can't just walk in the arena and be like, we're not making shots tonight, so let's just lose the game. There were some shots tonight that we've hit on other nights that we're confident in hitting that just didn't go in. But at the end of the day, we have to adjust in games and find different ways to win basketball games other than just making more shots than the other team. And credit to the Lakers, they made a lot of shots tonight, and they came out on top.
It seemed like one of the ways that you personally try to adjust is just really impact the game with your rebounding. Was that something? I mean, obviously you go into every game like that, but was there a way that you were able to get that done tonight that you liked?
Yeah, I always try to impact the game in more ways than scoring, whether the ball's going in for me or not. But I definitely feel like I turned it up a notch in that aspect down the stretch. But I should be doing that all game long, whether it's going in or not. So that's an area of improvement.
Chet, with as talented offensively as this team is, obviously you guys are probably going to win a good bunch of games just off shot making, but I'm curious, you mentioned different ways of winning basketball games. Just what you see tonight maybe that could have been done differently outside of shot making to help you win?
There was a few things, just our physicality and aggressiveness on the defensive end. We could have been better, with rotations, could have been better in coverages. I personally could have been better. One-on-one defense as well. Every single night you're going to come out of the game and be like, we could have been better at pretty much everything we're doing. It's an imperfect game, but you just kind of got to understand that and chase getting as close to it as possible. So we got to get back in the film room and practice and continue to work towards going in the right direction on that.
Sure, and obviously LeBron is still great, had 40 tonight, and he was everywhere. Just what did you see from him, and I guess what were your intentions defensively in trying to maybe limit him?
He had a great game tonight. He made some really tough shots, made great plays down the stretch. At the end of the day, you got to guard him with 5, and force him to play on your terms and not his own. And we didn't do that tonight. So next time we got to be better at that.
Yeah, just looking at it, it seemed tonight like more often than normal, even on some shots where you had great contests at the rim and in the paint, they made some really tough shots. Did it feel that way to you, that you were contesting well and they made some? Is that frustrating?
No, you can't get frustrated with it because you have to just trust that when you make the right play, no matter what the outcome is, you just got to trust making the right play, whether that's going up to contest a shot or shooting the right shot, making the right pass, making the right rotation, whatever it might be. You just have to trust it, because if you don't trust it, I guess, then you can't really get on to the next thing, because then you're giving up something there. So just continue to trust it, whether they're making shots or not.
Did it seem that way? I mean, did you feel like you were contesting what you normally do and some stuff was coming in?
I felt like I had some good contests that they still made shots on, but I still feel like I could be better.
Chet, on most nights, going against other bigs, you'll either have a guy who's smaller who can kind of keep up with you foot speed, or a guy who's a little bit bigger who can't. Tonight you face AD, who's pretty similarly built to you, where he can stay on the perimeter and contest shots. What's the challenge of going against a guy like that who's matches up with you pretty well?
You said it. He's got size and length, but he can also move his feet as well. So you got to find different ways than just physical advantages to play against him. And there were some points in the game where I did that as well as other guys on the court, but we just got to continue to be better at that. Come back next game.
And now you've had a couple of shots of LeBron in the regular season. Can you just talk about the difference of just playing him in person versus you know, a lot of kids watch highlights of him, watch regular games versus being in there?
I mean, you're not looking at a screen, you're like actually out there playing. I'd say, you know, he's a really good player. You can see it on TV, you can see it in real time. And that's kind of what it is, but you're not so much focused on who you're playing against rather than, other than you're playing against the Lakers and you got to try and win the game. So that's the focus, and that's what we were focused on.
You expected LeBron and Anthony Davis, those are the two headliners, but then Rui comes out and he doesn't miss, and D'Angelo Russell's knocking down threes. Just talk about the headache of dealing with the other guys who kind of contributed tonight.
I mean, it's the NBA. You know, every team has a bunch of good players, not just a couple. And good players make plays. They made plays tonight, but at the end of the day, we can be better. Not only at guarding their main engine guys, but the rest of their roster as well. You know, credit to them. They made big plays tonight and came out with W